welcome back. Here I have a Praxis. That would be an active buffer tank. And I'm currently working on 8 of 10 Sunshine, not Sunshine, Serpentis Prison Camp. I could acquire 2 of those before downtime. So this fit is only 4 megas. Maybe you could do it with alpha, but I wouldn't recommend so. Although you don't need the compensation skills, there's no passive modules, but you still be missing shield management. You could compensate it by dropping money on it, and by dropping I mean getting a shield.
Warp drive active.
Shield management SM-72 or something, which gives you a couple of percentage, but you will be still lacking capacity to an Omega, and you might gonna need to upgrade something else, which makes the fit expensive, and therefore possible to run, yes. Cheap, no. For Omega, it is cheap. So first room, pretty decent and very easy to do. I went with slightly DPS, and I didn't repair my drones. Whatever. Try not to kill those. So there's only 2 battleships, couple of destroyers, and it will be fine. Like, there's not a threat. The tank of the Praxis on Omega with current setup will be able to tank up to 13,350 DPS per second. And here is the fit. So nothing special. Those are very cheap. These are cheap, like 2 mil, 2.5, up to 3 mil, depending where you buy it and which time. So you will need a high value bay Trustum. I mean, if you're Omega and you're switching to faction armor, you can drop it and get a additional large core defense with Purger. But then again, if you need range, take 2 missiles. You're not your friend, and therefore you will need to take missile base. So missiles will do more damage than drones on the fit. Therefore, I'm gonna prefer ballistic control system over drone damage amplifiers. I have Hornets, Wasps, and Berserkers. Berserkers will be going against structures like sentries, Webflying towers, and stronghold at the end, or prison structure at the end, and everything else.
Our module
like
has run out of charges.
Battle cruisers and battleships, plus faction cruisers, or not faction cruisers, but elite cruisers. Anyway. Drone's getting cargo. Okay, that battleship is not down anyway. And that DPS is not nearly enough to kill anything. Like, it wouldn't kill me if I were gonna sit here forever. The tank is insane on that Praxis. At least for this room. Anyway, I have flux cores. I'm gonna be utilizing them before the last room, like in room number 3 at the outgate. Since those shit power relays, they will reduce my recharge rates, or will increase my recharge of the shield, so I have more tank per second. But again, they're gonna reduce my capacitor, and my capacitor on that one will be like 20 minutes. Don't kill my drones, please. I will need those. Anyway, fairly easy, fairly fast to do. At least this room, next couple. I have a travel fit, and so Popcorn Step, MJD, Micro Warp Drive somewhere. When I find it, here we go, and yeah, clock. Afterburner is not needed, but you can get it if you want to, just in case. These rooms, especially at the last room, you will need to burn to the structure. Maybe you can slide there, and up to you, they are deployed mod. Drone link momentum, T1 is completely sufficient. For some reason, I didn't fit it one. Oh yeah, it didn't fit it didn't fit in the current setup since I need ballistic controls, and if I need more range, I'm gonna do buffer tank, so more shield power relays, and therefore I can fit that one. Don't recommend that. Let's go second room.
Warp drive active.
And the difficulty goes up with every single room. Like you will see, here are more NPCs again. Not significantly, but you will see. And only the last room will tackle you and point you on the frigates. Anything else is pretty fine. So what to shoot? Let's see, commander spawns. I don't see any, but everything is pretty far away. Let's go with frigates, I guess. What else? The core processor will be, you may gonna need it depending on your setup. It's your online, the mobile ballistics, and drone damage amplifier, what's not. That's completely up to you. Mobile depot to fit on grid, always the case. Missile you will need two, again, Scourge, Fury against targets on grid. And so NPC or ships, to be precise. The Nova Fury is against structures. And perfect. What else? Yeah, that's basically the fit. Implant wise, I'm not working any sets whatsoever for that one. I will pre-done this site, and not pre-done, but I've done this site like 9 hours ago with the same fit. Although I didn't have the flux cores and I didn't have ballistics in the first room, I have them in fit, but I didn't have flux cores and I had to wait to recharge, so I correct my mistake.
A module has run out of charges.
Nice. Those ballistics do very good. Very nice. The reason I'm not using any propulsion, you won't need it. Like, you can slowboat, which is slowly getting in a range of the acceleration gates. It's perfectly sufficient to do so. And we've got 20 NPCs for dailies. That's fine. Okay. Just once I'm no longer needed, I will switch to heavy drones. Hopefully not lose anything in the process.
A module has run out of charges.
I don't have a wedge for that one, unfortunately, so I might gonna need to refit on one. acceleration gate. All right now, just because wasting time anyway. So the better ship is kind of weird. If we are trying to get like 63 or something, I had better ships which of the same thing, like the coordinate, which are burning in, which are staying away. Can decide what we are. Like I have zero clue. And let's go for this one. For this one. Okay, how does it look? It comes closer. So I can ignore the hero, to be honest. Even if it comes to the room, it's going to be dying. Those rapid heavy missiles are insanely good on tracking. So holding me on grid makes no sense with that frigate. And we are good. Okay, 1 kilometer, and that NPC will be in range. At that point, I no longer need to refit.
A module has run out of charges.
Cool. Very cool. Can we do 53? Yes, awesome. Drones down, go down, shoot that. So rapid heavy have a punch. If you don't have enough DPS, they have a punch, like significant punch, to go through any resistances in any reps whatsoever of those battleships and elite cruisers. And they do apply very well, like destroyers, 1 shot or 2 shots, like it's not an issue here. Okay, awesome. Next one, room number 3. Call drones and build that. Checking mobile depot is there. Cool. So with 7 shield power lays, I'm about 20 minutes cap stable or something. So I cannot dilly-dally. I need to get in and kill everything
Warp drive active.
before DPS. Because that recharge rate is very little, like significantly little in comparison to anything else. Okay, we have a commander and stuff over there. Yeah, what the hell? Let's burn it. Sort by distance, just in case. Lights and Admiral. And redistribute them on the destroyers. Although if I don't do that much damage, still thick kind of bunch, and I need to minimize incoming damage as much as I can. And that battleship is nearly done. Cool. Let's pop the battle cruiser first, before the elite cruiser. Okay, what are we working with? Cool. Real Admiral, not the target I should have taken. Probably let's unlock that one and get for a cruiser. A couple of cruisers because cruiser are easy to kill, and I wanna empty my launcher before reloading and get for the battleships, especially that Shadow Serpentis commander faction commander over there. And
A module has run out of charges.
Let's see, Shadow Serpentis over there. Let's look at 1, 2, and barely in distress. That's not good. Yeah, it's awesome. So let's send a couple of those over there, a couple of those over there. Wait till the charge is done, and eliminate that faction. Don't forget to bookmark that position in case you want to salvage it, or in case you want to loot it. As a reminder, you will need the 2 salvager without salvage tackle rigs in order to access it, or you will need a T1 salvager with up to 3 T1 salvage rigs in order to access it, which gives you the same chances to salvage a faction commander and get to salvage out of it. At least a chance. So the commander is the commanders like to kill your drones, like significantly. Okay, why are you running to me and why are you yellow boxing? Are you short range? I think so. Whatever. That one will probably target my drones, so that will need to go next. Yeah, that already targeted my drones. Go and start shooting that one. Fight a couple of better cruise and then I can go for the battleships.
A module has run out of charges.
Cool. So as you see, the tank is holding at least now, but the next pocket I will be completely switching for max tank. I will need every single bit of repair rate I can get. It's important you do the same. My capacitor is having about 50, but I would like to have like 75 at least. So we'll see. Actually, let my drones be there and snipe that ship simply, because I can. Anyway, we have to command them here, and he has something inside. I hope not only the ammo and like a tag. Bookmarked. Yes, good. Which one am I gonna shoot? Enemy in the middle. Bueno. Okay. I have plenty of time to do fits, to recap or whatever you call it, and then I'm gonna call it. Works decently. So, okay, let's empty our load. Armor check. Oh, looks decent enough.
A module has run out of charges.
So my current DPS is at 1133. Not bad. Let's get our charge rate as far as possible.
A module has run out of charges.
So theoretically, you could do like switching in between the ballistics while you're loading, especially right now, taking minutes, and once put it there and applying more damage to play. Managed to get there on time. Yeah, looks good. Couple of hits, extra damage, nothing special. Didn't even get there too far. Let's take him out. Perfect. Okay, let's refit back to Mark's tank. From this point on, I will need every single bit of recharge rates. Let's shut down the because I'm currently not in a fight, not taking any damage whatsoever, therefore no need to burn capacitor. You see I have about 40 minutes of the recharge rate, not recharge rate, but cap stability. After that I will be completely dry, and I will be needing as much as I can get. But it's very solid right now. So,
warp drive active.
Is up. As soon as I fire my Hardeners, I have 1350 HP per second against Serpentis. And here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna go for frigates. Frigates are your enemies. Flights against frigates. Yes, what I'm gonna do. You could bring us Mumbo, but then again, the pointy rats will be orbiting you at about 8,900 something. So you will need a factory plasma smart bomb, and that costs like 250 to 200 mil, and I would recommend to buy one. Like, it's too much for the Praxis. I mean, if you're not leaving the system, sure, but then again, you're traveling with a ship which is kinda supposed to be cheap. Therefore, I am not using smart bomb. Although I could, but it is not my preferred way. Anyway, now you pointed, so you will need to deal with those frigates as soon as possible, or you will be in trouble when somebody tries to scan you down and get on top of you. Destroyers, I don't care about destroyers, but now I don't care about the frigates. And take control now. Once are in, and the frigates insta switching on top. On me. So more frigates to die, and more battleships to kill. There's only 4 battleships on grid. You have a couple of sentries, but nothing that terrible. So your best bet is to take out the battle cruisers if we can, and take a drone, come back. And did I lose that one? Probably I will. Nah, didn't get that one either. So that was a failure, but it's not siege.
A module has run out of charges.
Still in business. Just not as effective. Okay, the guy's very close by. Goons, so enemy. Hopefully I don't need to warp out. So yeah, those frigates need to be taken out. There's about 15 if I recall correctly, or 20. So that's a lot to go through. But as soon soon as you are done, you will be able to disengage whenever you like. Yes, keep it. Do not spread damage. Go back. Okay. And we are half shields. So Elite Beta Cruiser sucking a lot of damage. Not Beta Cruiser, Elite Cruisers. Okay, can I hit those? I think so. We'll see. Yeah, decent. And down to 41%.
A module has run out of charges.
Okay, please hold my beer. Okay, let's switch to the drones again. Stake out the better cruise when I find any. And maybe a battleship also. Oh, that was bad call. Like, I don't like this ones. Back drones. Let's give me a breather, but nothing else. Still will need to kill the frigate. That single frigate is pointing me and holding me. Well, actually, 3 frigates. But anyway, 37% should be fine for now. So you see it pushing up to 1350 DPS very easily. And we're switching drops. Oh my god, kill a battleship right now. I have 4 battleships. No, actually 6 battleships. Should be 4. Never mind. Was broke. Kill frigates first. What's going on over there? Okay, T is probably docked. Should be fine. What fires to kill? I don't know. We'll see. So only destroyers left, and a little cruisers plus a couple of battleships. No more pointing frigates here, and I gotta go with drones. Or should I go for the destroyers? Well, I'm gonna shoot at that battleship.
A module has run out of charges.
Okay, didn't quite get them. Don't get him. And the battleship gonna die in the first salvo. wrong target. Whatever. And I'm stabilizing, which means there's less damage on grid, which means I can start anchoring mobile depot. Not to build the elite cruisers for now. For those, I will need heavy drones and full load.
A module has run out of charges.
Will I manage to kill a battleship with so little with 40 missiles? I don't know. Usually I need like half. Should be fine, I guess. So again, my tank is not holding. It's a little bit too much DPS on it. It is fine. I'll speed up killing targets. So no more destroyers on grid, only cruisers, elite cruisers and battleships. Let's see whether I can snap a couple of those.
A module has run out of charges.
No, you don't. Come back, drone. Ah, no, not happening. Well, let's go lights and kill the status Praxis. Meanwhile. So at this point, I'm not really caring about how much rep I have. 33 is the all the cuts, but it will do. Like any damage will do.
A module has run out of charges.
Read relative Serpentis Prison good. It is an easy target to remove. And we're catching. Good. Other one need to go and get me more damage. Incorrect targets. Needed one. Just wanted to go. So you cannot kill with a single shot the prison facility. However, you could go for anything else. So it will wrap you at about 100 kilometers.
A module has run out of charges.
Tying strength of 75. Since there's a lot of frigates which will wrap you and a lot of towers, you will be next to nothing movement speed wise for just take it for granted not to shoot at them. So let's see, the towers do omni damage. I would like to kill them, but at the same time I want to kill the battleships first. Combat heavy. Let's go for the last battleships. And I'm not seeing auto focusing, that's on. Good. So at this point, I would like to go completely DPS as much as I can. And what do I know need of is probably the Kinetic. Look, let's keep it a little bit for longer. So there's barely damage on grid left. And I'm close to being max damage with it. If I take also the sentries, I will be absolutely fine, but the battleship is what's taking, and the tower itself what's taking to do the most damage. Anything else is not insignificant. Anything else is insignificant. And here we are. Let's do following. So I'm no longer need a Hardener. That Kinetic can go. Shut down, remove CPU. And where is it? Shut down that one too. one more. Shut down Kinetic. Get me don't damage fire, and that is max damage fits, max damage application. Let's approach the tower. So I don't want need to warp out afterwards. Just can scope the container. It's taking a lot of time. Okay, let's help it out. Right now I have roughly 1115 DPS, and it's perfectly capable to kill everything here. Okay, so my range is 54. Perfect. Let's get the structure. And that's pretty much it. There is no magic. It is barely holding. If you do it right, it's holding. But then again, it is easily pushing 1350 DPS on this grid of NPCs, and you will need to kill a bunch. So in comparison to a sniper, hybrid torpedo fit, which will do it in about 53 minutes and 30 seconds or so, you will be sitting pretty much in a hit zone, because every single NPC is here in vicinity. So you need to be to think quickly and to choose your targets wisely, otherwise you can be perishing.
A module has run out of charges.
So resistance-wise, the structure to this prison facility have similarities with any 9 of 10 with the 9 of 10 structure, 10 of 10 structure, but the 9 of 10 you can go in a 10 you can go 60 kilometers away, or actually 50 kilometers, and the structure will repair armor. But the resistances and the repair rates, the shield amount, the armor amount, and the whole amount are absolutely the same. So it behaves as 9 of 10, but has more range, simply put. Wait, the tower itself only does thermal damage. That's a similarity to any other structure in
A module has run out of charges.
escalations, in the Serpentis escalations. Okay. Anyway, if you can use torpedoes, I would suggest the sniper fit. If you cannot use torpedoes and you want to prefer rapid heavies, I would go with rapid heavies. But then again, rapid heavies do not have range, such as the cruise missiles do, and yeah, and tops do significantly more damage. I can push that ship 2700 plus DPS, but not with the rapid heavies, unfortunately.
A module has run out of charges.
Let's see how much time it takes. I would say an hour or so. So the difference between Alpha and Omega with the passive tank, you have about 30% difference, and the active I have 0 clue. The only difference is the range on the missiles. You have the same amount of range with max skills, but you have less damage output, only 900 tops. And I need to simulate, to be honest, on this specific.
A module has run out of charges. A module has run out of charges.
Okay, I currently estimated on how much structure dropping. So you would need roughly 60 minutes to kill the structure. 8 of them you will need to reload, and 8 of them you will need to kill the structure itself since you're shooting. So if you would be able to shoot it through, like just firing without stop, you will clean it in 8 minutes. But since you're reloading very often, And the reload time is 60 seconds, which is kind of downside of rapid heavies. It's 60 minutes, but still, it is manageable. Perfectly manageable to do.
A module has run out of charges.
What is Steven? So there was a dreadnought tackled, and since I'm inside and capturing a video, I'm not gonna go. Which may or may not be a thing wrong, but I would need to restart the site and burning pretty much again, and I'm not gonna do it. Since I don't think I managed to save them anyway. I mean, 40 people on a bomb was it's significant DPS, and if he was active tanking, active doing a beacon or something, we'll see on the keyboard. You see what or not. Usually, if I have staged my toon in a CN, I will be able to, but right now my PvP toon is deployment, and this one is currently busy too. Therefore, I have 0 toons which are able to do something from the get-go.
A module has run out of charges.
And here we are.
A module has run out of charges.